Hi everybody, welcome. In this section we're going to talk about how to strengthen your personal effectiveness. Now, why would we want to strengthen our personal effectiveness? Many people, how many of you feel that in your life, in today's times, 2013, you have way too much information coming at you, a lot of contending priorities, sometimes feel conflicted, and you're not exactly sure quite what to do next. Everything seems a little frenetic. Well, there we go. 80% of the hands just went up. And how many of you feel that you're sufficiently equipped with the skills, the tools, the systems, so you have the capacity to respond at this at any point in time and keep on course correcting and course adjusting just like a GPS does in our cars. And we can effectively take advantage of opportunities and also meet our needs. So I want to talk about 4 key principles that originally were done based on some research from 25 years ago from the Day Runner Corporation. And what these 4 principles kind of represent, it was a longitudinal study. They surveyed 300,000 executive level people in Fortune 500 companies, and fundamentally what they were looking for is what constitutes the majority of your effectiveness, your success. What accounts for 80% of why you're as effective as you are at work and in your life? And so there were 4 key principles. One was to have a vision for the future, and then knowing that what you're doing today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this quarter, this year, fits inside some kind of a larger picture that makes sense. So if you look at this simple diagram here, if you look into the future, let's say that this is 5 or 10 years out, and maybe we think, okay, if that's going to happen in 5 or 10 years, and this has to happen in 2 to 3 years. It might be career related, it might be education related, and that means that this has to happen in the next 6 to 18 months, which means this has to happen in the next 3 to 6 months, which means over the next month or 2, this has to happen, which leads us back to today, tomorrow, this week. So there's a certain alignment there. Everything fits in. This long-term horizon is an underestimated principle in terms of giving us power and in terms of our personal effectiveness. It puts a wind in our back and gives us energy to drive through what's important to us in terms of achieving our priorities. The second principle is planning our week the week before and planning our day the day before. Very underutilized, very few people use it. The third principle is writing down ideas and commitments at the time that they occur. So let's say, Paul, you and I were going to have lunch on Thursday at 2 o'clock. If I don't write that down on my calendar, oftentimes those kind of commitments will slip through the cracks, because when 2 o'clock on Thursday comes around, it just looks like a blank slate to me. And I completely missed the boat, and Paul's there sitting at the restaurant by himself wondering what happened to me. The fourth key principle is have one system, whether it's a planner, or an iPhone, or an iPad, or a PC, or whatever, that is the clearinghouse from all your commitments. So you don't have things scattered around in sticky notes, the back of napkins and envelopes, or in 3 or 4 different systems. There's one place that's like your central clearinghouse for coordinating all your important communications and all your important commitments. And then I would add a 5th one, which is celebrate. Take time to affirm yourself with love and energy what you've accomplished at different intervals, whether it's on a daily basis or by task or during the course of a week or a month or whatever the occasion may be. But let's focus on planning your week the week before and planning your day the day before. Why focus here? Well, I want to reference the Daytimer organization. In the 80s, the Daytimer organization was considered to be the leading organization for personal time management in the United States. And in their programs, they talked about just this one practice, that if we spent 5 minutes planning our day the day before, that would be a game changer for our life. And we've all heard these ideas. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. They plan our work and work our plan. Those who don't plan for the future won't have much of a future. Without planning, it's kind of like being a pinball in a pinball machine. Whoever has the biggest flipper, that's the closest to you, that hits you the hardest, that's the direction you go. And what we're trying to do is live our life by design versus by default. So plan your week the week before, plan your day the day before. If you look at your sheet, your time uses practices to master sheet, you'll see a space there to work on this and think about what I'd like you to do right now is just take a minute, write down when you can invest 30 minutes of your time and energy and creativity to look back over the past 7 days. What was accomplished? What wasn't accomplished that you plan to do? What did you learn? What new opportunities or challenges showed up? And what are you planning to do over the next 7 days? And usually, typically, you can identify 3 to 8 key priorities to focus on that are going to accomplish the majority of what you need to do in the next 7 days. So let's say it's Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, or Saturday morning at 8 a.m., or Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. But pick a time that becomes like your regular heartbeat of time. Then the next thing I want you to do is write down on your paper what time of the day before. Is it 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Is it 6 or 8 o'clock in the evening? Can you take 5 or 10 minutes to review your week and then how you're planning your daily priorities for the next day? Same process. What did I set out to do? What did I actually accomplish? What needs to be done still? And when you get up the next morning, you can take a quick glance at it and plan your day. With that core practice, you'll find yourself in a situation where you'll feel less stress. You're able to get more done of what's important to you in terms of your intended outcomes and results. You have more joy and freedom in your life and more personal power. And it'll be just kind of a lot more fulfilling existence, and you'll probably do more happy dances. Spend time with the people you love, and also pursuing your recreational pursuits, or even have time to maybe relax a little bit more and get a little bit more sleep and rest. So remember, take the time to plan your life and plan your world. It'll make a difference for you and the people you care about most.